Hi guys, Linnea here, and I wanted to talk a little bit about magic boxes. I have a few in front of me that I want to show you. There's a lot you can do with a box. Now my screen is, oh, I know what it is. There, that's helpful. Okay, there's a lot you can do with a box. I make a lot of magic boxes just for different uses, and I'm going to show you some here. I didn't realize they were dusty, so I'm taking care of that right quick. So I'm going to aim it down so you can see them. Give me just a sec here. Okay, get this out of the way. My Palo Santo and lighter. Anyway, so here's a few magic boxes. So I think I'm going to start with this one. This is, I'm going to turn it around so you can see it better. This magic box is a divination box. So a box can be for any purpose you make it. You can decide anything that you want to make a box for, you can make a box for. For instance, this is a Lodestone box. I have a male and a female Lodestone, but I keep them separately. They each need their own home, in my opinion. So this box holds my female Lodestone. And they're both doing a job right now, the same job, but this is my female Lodestone box. And you can see her in there. She's doing her little job, and it has a nice lid. This is a silver box. And it's got a nice little black, this is a stone area around the outside. So that's my Lodestone box. And so this box is my divination box. So what's in this box? Well, oops, I forgot it doesn't stay up. So I have a quartz crystal here. I have an ametrine, another ametrine. I have some, this is called sodalite. I have a lot of different pieces of amethyst. And I have a lot of herbs in here, protection herbs, herbs that give me insights. There's dandelion to help me with spirit talking, or spirit communication talking. There is some mugwort in here. There's sage in here. There's some clove in here as well. There's quite a bit of herbs in here. There's some cedar in here as well. So you can make the boxes for anything you want. I made this one specifically for divination. There's a mirror in the bottom, and when I'm going to divine, I kind of clear a spot in the middle, and that mirror is to help me reflect with communication. So I clear a spot in the middle. I set this on the table next to me. I pull out my trusty tarot cards, and I do my divining. Tarot cards, runes, pendulum, whatever I'm going to use. I pull that out. I have my divining box near. I make sure the mirror is clear at least in one spot, and I do my divining. If you're wondering about this beautiful box, isn't that gorgeous? It's leather, and my sister-in-law made that for me. She stamped my initials in the bottom and made that for me. She free-handed that Tree of Life, which I'm very attracted to. My husband bought me this one for Christmas. So if you're interested in that, just let me know. She makes those. So I have one for rooms as well. At any rate, so this is my divining box. This is a glass box. It's stained glass. And it's a beautiful box. I love it. And I use it a lot. Now this box has been in my family for absolute years. And this is our family box. I keep a little toothpick closing it. And this has a lot of protection stuff in it. And some little some little wishes that I'm just going to pull out real quick. So this has in here, this is a, I don't know if you can see through it in the, let me pull this over and see. No, you really can't. You really can't. But that's an Apache tear. I guess that kind of helps, doesn't it? Anyway, that's an Apache tear. And if you look at them just right, you can see through them. And that soaks up sorrow and sadness and so on. There's a quartz crystal in here that's related with some tourmaline. There's a little jar in here that has a bunch of different herbs in it that do all kinds of things. They help with luck, they help with protection, they help with happiness, they help with an antidepressing things, just little helpful things, little helpful herbs. And then I have these little matchstick people. They have a name, and I'm terrible. I'm drawing a blank at the moment. But I have one in here for each of us who live in my home. And there's some sage in here. There's a tooth from a special pet we had. It's no longer with us. There's just a few protection things. Anyway, this box is literally just a happiness and protection box for my family. And now it doesn't want to close. There we go. So, and this box is, and I'll give you a few tips about magic boxes when we're done, about things you have to do to keep them working. Because you can't just put them together, stick them on a shelf, and call it done. And I'll fiddle with that later. I'm going to do this one next. This is a protection box for my children. I have 4 children, all who live in different areas. Well, 2 of them are actually now in Oregon. In Washington. I had one in Oregon, one in Washington, one in Texas, and one in California with me. But they were kind of sprawled out all over the place. So this box is a protection box for my children, and it has what I call ancestral salt or sand, and I don't really want to get into that. And then I have some sage in here, some rosemary, a few crystals underneath the bag, and one of those little match people that I do know the name of, but I cannot think of. Good Lord, what is... They're made in Peru and Guatemala and over in that area. I'm going to think of the name of them. Worry dolls. They're called worry dolls. And I use them in my magics. I don't necessarily use them for worry dolls. It's supposedly you put your worry in them, you put them under your pillow, and by morning your worries go into the doll and you no longer have those worries. But I use them in my magics. So anyway, that's what this box is for, to protect my children. And this box actually was made by my grandfather. It is the only thing I have of his, and I never did meet him. He passed away before I was born. But it was made by my grandfather, and I love it. I cherish it. So there's that. Now this box is my money box. This box has probably the most in it. It has money, of course. A little bit of money, quite a bit of money, actually. It has coins. It has a magnet to draw the money to it. It has a plethora of herbs. It has more worry dolls. It has hematite and crystal. It has cedar. It has lots of coins in there. I can't see everything in there, and I don't want to go digging around because it's... I try to keep everything in there. I keep the mandrake on top of all the dollars. My own mandala just fell off my top of my computer. Anyway, so that's my money box. I have other boxes, but some of them are too big to move. I will fix my camera right quick. Fix my light right quick because my face looks like a ghost. Here we go. Let's see if I can move my chair over and show you that box right there. That is my divination box. That's where all my divination tools are. My pendulums. I have a lot of pendulums. My pendulum board, which I got from a great gal. Someday I'll show that. And my runes, my witch's runes, my, good Lord, I have a lot of things. My bones. I have a lot of things in there. So, what I wanted to show you with your boxes is that yes, you can make these boxes and they'll be great and fantastic and they'll do all kinds of sort of things for you, but you have to, I can't get that little stick in there, I'll have to do that later, but you have to remember that once you make them and you've got them working for you, you have to keep charging them. You can't just set them down and go, okay, I made a money box and I'm going to sit it on my money altar and there you go. You need to recharge it every so often. You need to send your intention into it. You need to visualize what it is you want out of it, what it's supposed to do for you. This box is to bring happiness, joy, comfortability to my family, peace of mind, worry-free, that type of thing. So I do my best to remember to charge these at the first of every month. Now I sit down, I put my intention, I hold it in my hand, and I feel the magic coming from my body, and I visualize what it is I need from this box, and I push that intention into this box. Sometimes I actually open up and push that intention in, and then I feel it going in and I close it and capture it in there. It's important that you recharge your magic, that you keep your magic working for you, because it does wear off eventually. It does. I mean, I'm not saying it wears off, but it gets weaker after time. It's not like you can set a spell and put it up for 5 or 10 years and expect it to just continue doing what it's doing. Eventually it gets weaker and it needs some more recharging. So I try to recharge my boxes about once a month. Same thing with sachets. When you hang a sachet in your house for protection, it's a great thing to do. I mean, you've got this protection up, but when you do a sachet around your house, I mean a sprinkle around your house, say, of your protection herbs and your what do you call it, of your protection herbs with your sulfur and so on, you do that around your home for protection. You don't do it once and then not think about it again for the next 10 years. You do it quite often because it eventually wears off. So I personally try to do it monthly, at least monthly, unless I feel as though I need it more often, then I do it more often. But so remember to recharge your boxes. Make them. They're a great tool. They're a great little magic enhancer, because you put all this intention in it, you sit it up, and it actually continues to work for you. But remember to give it that boost that it needs every so often so it can continue to work for you, because it's really important to keep it going. And I hope this was a good little lesson, and I hope you enjoyed it very much. And please remember, you're all very divine, very sacred beings of love and light, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks for tuning in. And if you wouldn't mind, subscribe, because I'm going to keep coming up with these, and I would love to have you joining me. And tell me if you have any little tricks or tips to make little boxes or sachets, or what yours are, and hit that little thumbs up for me if you don't mind. And I hope to hear from you really soon, and have a good night.